Hey everyone, Matron here bringing you another Starcraft 2 commentary, this time a continuation of the clan war between EG Evil Geniuses and vVv Gaming as part of the SCL Clan War Finals. Currently the series is tied 2-2, so we'll be going to Game 5, which will pit EG Axslav up against his opponent vVv Titan. So Axslav was able to even up the series 2-2 as he did knock off vVv Murder in the last game on Metalopolis. Axslav will be spawning as the blue Protoss in the northern position of Scrap Station. vVv Titan will be spawning as the purple Zerg on the eastern position. So the Scrap Station map is going to have to be a welcome sight to Titan, as it does tend to favor Zerg players. It's very easy to get up an expansion, as the ground distance is just so large. It takes quite a while to traverse, especially in the early game. In the mid-game, you can open up a new path for attack by taking down destructible rocks outside of each player's base. So Axslav hoping to do something that no player has been able to do yet in this series, and that's to knock off 2 straight and swing this series in EG's favor, going up 3-2. Titan wants to try to get momentum back on vVv's side and make it 3-2 for them. I might have made a mistake earlier on. vVv Gaming stands for Vision, Valor, Victory. I think I mixed up the Vision and the Valor in the first game, and they are a gaming team established in 2007. They are not a skill-based gaming team where they invite members based on skill alone. They have casual members and amateur members and just fans. It's just a big gaming community. So very interesting to see compared to some of these communities and gaming teams, e.g. Root, Team Liquid, etc., where they invite based on skill alone. See Titan very interesting here, throwing up a spawning pool first, so not going for a fast expand right away, going pool first and an early gas as well. We see Axslav getting up a forge first, so he's going to be preparing for a fast expand of his own, and may want to use that forge to try to prevent and cannon away the natural of Titan. But Titan's going to be responding with a spawning pool first, and he's going to have this early gas so he can go for a quick lair, or perhaps go for some quick Zergling speed. Up comes that spawning pool in almost perfect timing. Does have the 100 gas pulled off right now, so we'll see whether he invests in that speed. Yes, he does. So we will have speedlings out on this field quite shortly. Outcome a few speedlings, 4 to be exact, and they are going to try to track down this probe from Axslav, so deny any more scouting information and also secure this natural. So we see these Zerglings going to prevent the probe from dancing around here. Might actually even prevent that pylon from going down. Yes, they do. So Titan doing a good job there, playing very well in the early game here, getting out those speedlings. They're going to prevent the cannon at the natural, and now he can get up his natural. It's a little bit later than he would have liked. A lot of Zergs go for that 15 hatch and then the 14 pool, or a few food later than that perhaps, but that's early enough to be very effective. Only 4 minutes in, he's getting his hatch up, and he does have these speedlings about to complete. See about 30 more game seconds working on these backdoor destructible debris, and Axslav has a very large choke point with that cannon. The Zerglings would take a lot of damage if they tried to go by the cannon at this point, but he's not going to have a perfect seal-off with one Zealot there. He's going to need a number of units to try to wall off his front door. Does not yet have up an expansion of his own. Looks like he might be saving for it. Back in his base, he just has up the cybernetic score, now getting it as Stargate. So very interesting play. Forge into Gateway, Cybernetic Core, and then Stargate. We see Axslav sending in another probe, trying to get information. Sees that there is no Roach Warren and no Lair yet, so not too much for Titan, tipping his hand. He's sending his Queen down to the expansion, which just popped up. If we check out the Harvester tab, it is 23-25. So both players pretty even here, but Axslav going to be a little bit behind on the expansion. It's about halfway done. And it looks like we have those Zerglings poking the front door now that they do have speed. And again, this Zealot's going to have some space all around it, so the Zerglings could get up in there. Even more Zerglings on the way, 14 in production for Titan, so we may see some early Zergling pressure, perhaps a run-by attempted. He did see the front door there, So he may be responding to that bad wall off with a ton of speedlings here. We see a whole a Google or a gaggle of speedlings, 16 of them, now pushing out. And more queens on the way as well. It looks like he does see that there's a Stargate, so he will want to get up those queens to be some anti-air defense. Let's watch these speedlings, see if they're able to get a run by here. Looks like they're going to take a little bit of damage from that cannon, but that Zealot is not going to be able to get the wall off there, and they're going to make it into the middle line of the main of Axslav. This is going to be a lot of economic damage. If we check out the income tab, down to 26 harvesters, and he also sees this Void Ray. So the Void Ray going to be taking on these Zerglings, but the Zerglings doing their best to disrupt the mining. And Axslav, even though he hasn't lost too many of these probes, some of them very low health and shields, this has disrupted his mining. He is not mining at all these last few seconds here. And meanwhile, Titan is able to get up his mining up to 38 harvesters, 1,300 minerals per minute, and is really delaying the Void Ray getting into his base. He's got a number of queens on the field at this point, 4 queens, and another one in production, so he will soon have 5 queens, as the Void Ray does its best to clean up the Zerglings there. Now we see Axslav moving across the field with these 2 Void Rays. He's having to produce a lot of probes here, down to 28 on these 2 bases, so not very good saturation. Speedlings working on these destructible rocks, perhaps to break through in the later game. And now these Void Rays are going to be moving out. We do see the queens coming down here for Titan, so he wants to keep those in a central position so that he can take down these Void Rays quickly. Axslav taking the free damage, the free Overlord here, and can use these destructible debris to keep his charge alive, can charge up and then perhaps try to focus down the queens. He sees 4 queens here, and they are going to be able to ward away these Void Rays, so not doing too much damage. We see a Phoenix coming out as well, so hoping to join the Void Rays, now taking a tour of the main base, and going to do a little bit of damage on the Overlords. Now Roaches pouring out for Titan, also working on a Hydralisk Den. These queens, all 5 of them, doing a good job transfusing each other and keeping these Void Rays at bay. The Void Ray is not able to do any damage there. Another queen coming up here. A nice transfuse on that Overlord, saving it. And we do see that there are 6 queens on the field. So Axslav's not going to be able to do too much with these Void Rays and the Phoenix with all those queens out. And especially once Titan gets out those Hydralisks, it's really going to shut down the air of the Protoss player. We see Titan working on the destructible rocks now, just working on the one side, as he does have out a number of roaches. If you look at the army tab, the Zerg player does have the advantage, 1450 to 1050. Axslav going to spot these roaches, and there are a few Hydralisks coming in as well. Hydralisk is going to be able to do a lot of good damage against the Void Rays. Axslav did a good job not losing any HP off these Void Rays earlier to the Queens, picking up one of these Hydralisks with that Phoenix. Just not enough Hydralisks right now to take on the Void Rays, but the Queens are coming for some air support. And now Titan going to be working on this second set of destructible rocks. Again, still has quite an army advantage, and Roaches and Hydralisks so very good against gateway units.